Authorities in the US haven't ruled out new sanctions on Venezuela as they cast doubt on the country's election results. Our North America correspondent Carrington Clark joins us now from Washington. Carrington, good morning. What's the US saying about this?
Well, the US is being very careful with the language that they're using publicly, saying that they don't believe the results as they're currently being officially conveyed necessarily convey the actual will of the Venezuelan people. So we have this situation where the current president, Nicolas Maduro, has now been officially endorsed by the National Electoral Authority as the winner of the election with 51% of the vote. But the US and many other Western governments say that they want more information about exactly how many votes the respective candidates received, because what they're seeing in the official tallies do not accord with some of the independent observers who were in action in Venezuela for this vote. And it definitely doesn't seem to accord with what the opposition is saying, where they're suggesting that they won up to 70% of the vote in this presidential election. But as you would expect, President Maduro has welcomed the result and suggested that this is once again a victory of the Venezuelan people, of both inside and outside forces.
A historic day, defeating fascism, the demons, the ceremony with the strength of Christ, Bolivar and Chavez. It is a historic feat, and our people have done it again. Our people have done it again. I receive this legal constitutional credential of power. I take charge of handling Venezuela's electoral issues.
Now, this election result, if it stands, would mean that this socialist government, which was first headed by his predecessor, Hugo Chavez, this socialist revolution will continue now into a quarter of a century, which is an extraordinary long time. The Venezuelan people have had to deal with hyperinflation and falling living standards. This was seen as a potential turning point because it was seen that the opposition had made major inroads with the population, but now we have this effective standoff between the opposition and the government, who are both claiming victory. It appears at this point that the streets of Venezuela are quiet. We haven't seen major demonstrations at this point, but obviously this is a precarious situation, and the role of the United States will be closely watched, because on one hand they don't want to look like they're exerting external pressure. They would rather obviously see this result be because of internal machinations, because for a long time the government of Venezuela has accused the US of interfering in the results, but at the same time they will try to exert pressure through things potentially like sanctions. But it isn't the US alone. The European Union has also said that they want maximum transparency about this result, and again are calling for retabulations, or at least publicly to release those results of different electoral locations so that they can see how the results actually come together. Should be pointed out though, although the West seems to be pretty united in questioning this result, China and Russia have both welcomed it and have congratulated Nicolas Maduro on another victory.